What's good, y'alls?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome to Embrace the Suck 21 podcast, episode
Yes.
3. I'm still Spencer.
And I remain Daniel.
And before we get into our content, let's just crack a
We're
cold
gonna
one to
crack a
celebrate.
Cold one for sure.
And cheers, all of you beautiful people.
Cheers.
This is my first alcoholic beverage in 3 weeks.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Cheers.
But cheers, man. Cheers.
It's lovely.
But why? Why is it? Why is it your first alcoholic beverage in 3 weeks?
Because and this is the first thing we're going to talk about is I was in truck driving school for the past 3 weeks and it was successful. I am now a class A commercial vehicle CDL holder.
Yes. Huzzahs all around, man.
Dude, thanks, man. Thanks. Congrats. I appreciate it, man. That's one thing we'll talk about, and then we're just going to talk about, your work life and some updates about your channel and I guess my channel as well. And at the end, we'll do a little I'll do a little pop quiz with a few analytics of ETS21.
It's rock and roll, man. I mean, my God, I'm here for it. It's going to be a good episode, man. It's going to be a good episode. I do like, keeping everyone in the loop. It just this is how it started. And this is what I love. Just being on screen with you and we just check in, and this is how it goes, and I love this, man.
Yeah, two brothers just bullshitting in front of a camera, just like the old days.
This is more like Unit 325, man. This is what it feels like. 324, 325. Well, I was gonna say 325 because they always made noise. Or was that 325? I don't know. Anyway, the motorcycle people.
Oh yeah. The motorcycle people. They were on the other side of the store.
Oh, that's right, man.
We were in the back, and that was like the front of the storage unit.
Yeah. You know why I associate them with the Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah.
I know it's not them. It wasn't the biker guys. It was like the mechanics across the road.
Yeah.
Had the Swift going.
Yeah, the one that souped up their Honda Civics and just had the engines revving.
Yeah. Okay, I'm tracking though, but it feels more like the Galactical headquarters.
Yeah, and this setup, like, we made it kind of like the Galactical headquarters with the background in the back, and me on the left, you on the right.
Yep, and I mean that's our flag from the storage unit.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. That's it. That's it right there.
That's the flag.
Yeah, and this I don't know what's from the storage unit, what's not from it. I'm sure at least that is.
That is for sure, dude. For sure.
That definitely wasn't from the storage unit, though.
No, it was not. We got that. But you know what, though? We got that because of the storage unit.
Exactly. So. Like that's our origin story. Right there.
Exactly. But yeah, man, let's kick it off.
Quick interruption before we get into the rest of the podcast. I just want to let y'all know that my new single, which is a cover of Luke Combs's When It Rains, It Pours, it has come to all music streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, YouTube, all those places. All the links are down in the description. Check that out. Anyway, back to the podcast. All right. So trucking school. So I left out of North Carolina to go to the Knoxville, Tennessee area. That was May 19th. I started. It was about a 4-hour drive, and it was basically a boot camp. It was more of a boot camp than it was a school because they crammed everything into 3 weeks. And the first week was all classroom stuff. It was going over what you need for your permit and, pre-trip inspection. Like, pre-trip inspection was all 3 weeks, by the way, just at least touching on it a bit. And shout out to the instructors there. I'll be talking about them. I had Bill, who was our instructor for the first week. Excuse me. He's usually out in the yard. He's usually handling third week, but the main first week person was up in Nashville, kind of retraining, and I don't know what else he was doing, but he does come into play a bit later. So, but Bill, like all the instructors there and the people in my class were characters. Like in any like blue collar CDL type job, anything that involves, real manual labor, you're going to get some characters.
Yeah. I
There's
like
this
salt of the earth people.
real
I'm there
salt of
for it.
the earth people.
Got it.
Yeah. And like Bill, he was a type, he loved his whiskey, he loved his heavy metal, and like a bona fide redneck type of guy. And like
Hell yeah.
he's very and one there's this one person in the class I got to shout out. His name is Thomas. I won't say his last name, but the first week he had like 2 liters of Coca-Cola that he just guzzled down.
Oh,
I kid
what?
you not. And like the more we got to know him, the more weird he became. Like a very nice guy. He would give you the shirt off his back, but at the same time, he ain't too big on social graces.
I can
And
figure that, man.
yeah, and it was
Jesus.
very, very hyper, very said his intrusive thoughts kind of left. Like he let his intrusive thoughts win sometimes. Yeah. And
Got it. The filter was worn down.
yeah,
Got
the
it.
filters, there's no filter there. It's broken down.
That's what 3 2-liters will do.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
luckily, like some other people around just said to him, dude, what are you doing with your life? You're going to have like the worst kidney stones ever. And I'll give him credit. Throughout the class, he definitely it got down to like 1-2 liter a week on week 2 and straight up water in week 3 with just a
Jesus.
celebratory 20-ounce Coke when he got his
Holy
CDL.
crap.
I know.
Holy
It was like
crap, man. I couldn't imagine drinking 3 2-liters. That's a lot of Coke, dude.
it's a lot of Coke.
Like even if it's like, well, I could see maybe at a part. No, that's a lot of liquid. That's a lot of shit liquid right there. God.
Yeah, just plain brown sugar water.
Oh,
Yeah.
battery cleaner.
Yeah. Granted, in the early days of ETS21 and throughout, to be honest, we definitely had our share of energy drinks. And
oh, for sure.
Yeah, I had
the amount of energy or the shit chemicals that was coursing through our bodies could have taken down a water buffalo. I'm positive.
100%. 100%. So I'm not just wanted to put that out there so that people don't come at us saying that I'm a hypocrite for saying that.
But never ever have I seen you try to down 3 2-liters worth.
No,
that's a lot. I'm just talking about the just that amount of liquid is heinous.
Right. But I would never do that. But other than that, all the class was just a great group of guys and girls, and very diverse group, come from very diverse different types of backgrounds. Some were working construction, one I drove school buses, others were just former bartenders and OF models, and just trying to get a new career change. So
yeah. I was when you were describing it after I think your week 1, it just seemed very intense. You know, like you dropped off the grid, and I mean, completely understandable. Guys, remember, and I have to keep reiterating this. I feel like Spencer and I don't talk every day. We do not
every single day.
Not every single day. I know that he's busy. He's on the grind doing things.
Yeah.
So like
same with you. Yeah.
After that first week, you kind of just dropped off and disappeared. I was like, oh, it must be like from that lack of contact. I was like, I know. I know for sure.
The classes were 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like the hardest part for me was getting up that early in the morning.
Jeez.
Luckily, they help provide housing for all of our for all the students. In fact, I was rooming with this really chill dude named Hunter, and he's actually going to the same company as me.
Cool.
And we've talked about possibly teaming up. So if all goes well, then that might be we might have locked in a team driving partner, but I'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah. So wait. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think of it. So you didn't know your roomies at all. You just go in there and just be like, hey, bunkmates, pretty much. It's kind
Yeah,
of what it
yeah,
is. And so
yeah.
was it just 2 people per room?
It was there was 2 rooms, and
Okay.
it was 1 person in each room. We lucked out, like, there wasn't
That's
anybody
awesome.
else that was rooming with us,
Yeah.
so
Once you
we
said
lucked
boot
out.
camp, I created an unhealthy environment. You know what I'm saying? Just like an empty shed with like 18 bunks. And I'm just like, yeah, makes sense. But
It
okay, cool.
it could have been like that. It was
Really?
very close to being like that.
Jesus.
So, but luckily it was like a decent place, and it had laundry, it had, a stovetop, place to put your food, place to go shower and,
So you
put your head at night.
did you have to furnish your own groceries, like your own
Yeah.
food?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to get my own groceries. In fact, I bought Nutrisystem because I had some leftover Amazon credits, and I had
Joy.
that for breakfast every single morning. And I maintained
Yeah.
because during the later times of week 2 and week 3, my diet definitely fell off a cliff because I just needed to cope with
Yeah.
the course load.
Oh no, I 100% with Nutrisystem. I'm just like that. Just to me, always for some reason tasted like chalk.
Well,
It's
because
just
it did.
because it is chalk. Yeah,
Because it is chalk. It's
because
basically
it
what it
is chalk.
is.
Oh God, no man, that's cool. So okay, so you're with Hunter, and how is that first like getting to know each other? Was it just like, hey, listen, don't kill me in my sleep, I won't kill you in your sleep, kind of thing? Like there has to be like there is always that. Yeah, man, we're doing the same thing, but if you come at me with a knife,
Yeah.
chances are never zero. Like, how did you overcome that hump? How'd you guys team build?
Yeah, like we just, within like the first 5 minutes if
Yeah,
someone is weird or someone's gonna be a
facts.
serial killer.
Yeah,
But he
facts.
was neither one. Like he's
Cool.
a chill country dude, and he had a Camaro, and he had um a girlfriend and a baby on the way. So
Nice.
that's his motivation, and
There you
he
go.
wants to drive what is it called? Dump trucks after
Cool.
the 6 months. And
Cool, man.
I respect the hell out of that for him. Like, he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was I got off
Week
topic for
one.
first week.
No. So that's week one, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. But the last little bit of week 1 was the Thursday when I had to drive from Knoxville to Asheville, North Carolina to get my permit and take all my tests, get my learner's permit. I couldn't do it in Tennessee, and
Mm,
there are a couple people that did come with their permit already, and I could have done that, but I didn't. But
yeah.
live and learn.
Yep.
And oh my God, it was the slowest DMV that I have ever been to. There
Bro.
was only 2 people working there, and so I had to sign in at the school at 6 a.m. It was about a 2-hour drive from Knoxville to Asheville.
Mhm.
And when I got there, there was like 10, 15 people in front of me, and I didn't get out of there till 3:30.
That's insane. Listen, what happened, your fatal error, okay,
Mhm.
is you put the ball in the DMV's court.
I did.
And that's a fatal mistake because holy shit, man, they move at the speed of ass, dude.
Yeah,
Like, it
that's what it
doesn't
is.
matter.
The speed of
Oh,
ass. But hey, luckily, when it came test time, I did this 9 years ago when getting my school bus license. So easy
yeah,
peasy lemon squeezy.
yeah.
And that pretty much concluded week 1, except for the Friday where I guess maybe some administrative stuff was happening. I can't remember. But anyway, week 2 is when I finally started to get behind the wheel of the truck. And
Nice.
but the focus of week 2 was backing maneuvers. Um, we started with the straight back, just going straight forward and straight back, and then came the offset backing, which was you go up and then you back into another lane, and then there was driving your trailer back, different kind of offset, and like at the last day was parallel parking, but it
Wow.
wasn't on the test, but I nailed that bitch. I got
Yes.
that.
That's awesome,
And
man.
and being outdoors, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I got some sun.
So were you okay? So were
Yeah.
you standing while others did the maneuvers? Were you outside? Like, it wasn't like, hey, Jim, it's your turn. Class, wait for Jim to be done.
We were broken into 4 different teams. We had
Okay.
4 different trucks out on the lot to practice, so we were split into groups of 4. That
Okay.
way, we all took a turn on it. We can get people experience with it, and basically, like, there was 4 trucks, and there was another truck on the back towards the parking lot where you could practice the pre-trip
Okay.
and get that down. So we basically all rotated like every hour or so, and got experience like that.
How long does a usual pre-trip take? That's like the PMCS thing, right?
I
Like
I get I
yeah,
think so.
like your checks and shit, right? Before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
actually drive.
yeah. That usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes, just making sure that everything is in working order and
Got it.
nothing that would get you pulled over by the DOT. And in the exam, it took me about 15 minutes. So, um,
Okay.
so
I
there's
just always assumed those were like bigger. Those took a lot longer because of the absolute size of those vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, you want to check, that your lights, lenses, and reflectors are good. And I'm getting right back into the test
Yeah.
there. That everything's properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, damaged, or loose. Nothing is leaking. Oh God,
Nice.
I hate saying
And
that
if it
phrase.
is leaking, what do you do?
You take
Is
it
that
into a
oh,
truck stop and get it repaired.
okay.
Um, if you're a company driver, then they'll give you places to go, and like you put in all the information, you send it to the company. If you're an owner operator, that comes right out of your
Yeah.
pocket, just like
Jesus.
with your regular car, except everything's a lot more expensive. And
I can't imagine.
real talk, I probably will never be an owner operator. I will be a company driver because it has a lot more flexibility, especially with all the bucket list items I want to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I mean, those trucks are not cheap.
no, they're
I
not.
couldn't imagine. It was like 200,000, maybe. I'm
Uh,
thinking like high, like maybe, or is that a high estimate or a low estimate?
I'm gonna look this up right now. We're
Because
gonna
yeah, I just need to know. I just need to know. Like, I don't think I've ever asked that question. Never needed to ask that question.
right. Price of 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. It is going for
According
between
to Premier Fleet Solutions, 2025 Freightliner Cascadia 116 day cab, $149,995.
Yep.
133,000.
Yep. So you were close. Like, so they're like, I'm pretty sure like the custom made Peterbilts are
Yeah.
like a lot more expensive
Yeah.
than that.
No, those are
Uh,
the ones with the beds in the back, right?
the beds in the back. I mean,
Yeah.
Freightliners have beds in the
Oh,
back
okay.
as well. What you're thinking of is like a day cab. Day cabs don't have beds in the back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're a
Those are
lot less.
used for shorter tracks, shorter
Yeah,
commute.
shorter loads, shorter
Yeah.
like day jobs, like
Okay.
hourly stuff, like the local grocery store, things like
Got
that,
it.
or beer, something like that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, they're not cheap, and
No.
that's why you get a lot of training to be sure you don't crash one of them.
All right.
Yeah. So oh, another thing I wanted to mention about the location of the truck driving school across the street was this really awesome Mexican um, food truck that was right next to a Shell gas station. And I ate there basically every other day. And I told a lot of my classmates about it. And we pretty much, we just got like a 30-minute lunch break between 12 and 12:30. And we were just, hightailing it over there and running to get, tacos and burritos, things like
Nice.
that. And eventually he gave us the guy that runs the food truck gave us his business card and say, "Hey man, called me about 15 minutes before 12. I'll have it ready for you. That way you don't have to rush."
Hell yeah. See, those are the connections you want to have. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Hell yeah,
But I mean,
man.
after this, I'm sorry, I know I'm skipping ahead, but like after this, you don't ever have to see that place again.
Well, you can and you can't, but I do. But a lot of the companies that they work with, they will actually pay you to drop the truck off at the school and let the students look at it. They'll basically take, you know,
Huh.
$50 or $75 off of your bill for the school from your tuition. Or
If you stop and have the kids take a look at it and fuck with it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can, and the all the instructors there were awesome. So I have no problem going back and seeing them again.
And the Mexican food place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
food truck. Hell yeah.
That's cool, man. All right. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much the conclusion of week 1. And or
Week two.
no, sorry, that's week 2 where you were like doing your pre-checks.
Yeah, pre-trip and backing
Okay.
maneuvers, like most of them. But week 3 was the big one, driving and 90-degree alley dock backs.
Mm.
That's where things got spicy. So let me start with the 90-degree alley dock backing. That's
Mhm.
The big kahuna of you gotta back it into an alley and not hit anything. And the first 4 days of the week, I was just not getting it. I just couldn't.
Oh,
It just wasn't clicking with me. Bill, which I mentioned earlier, was out helping us all out and showed us a technique. And for some reason, I just wasn't getting it. But when the test came, it all clicked for me. I don't know
that's
how. I don't know why,
crazy, dude.
but it did. And
Maybe it's because it mattered. You know, your brain operates in weird ways, man.
it
Like
does. It really does.
it's just a weird thing. Like sometimes when it matters the most, there are people that function at the highest level, right? They're
Yeah.
just people that just can do no wrong. For me, plan, prepare, thank God for plan B through Z. You know, like I'm pretty much hitting every branch on the way down.
Yeah.
But it's pretty crazy, man, that it took that long and then just like that.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Tuesday and Wednesday, the thought entered my mind of quitting. I thought to
Oh,
myself,
damn.
I may not be cut out for this. I know that I'm going to owe the school money for this, but I just don't think I can do it. But
Damn.
shout out to Bill, shout out to all my classmates. They were very encouraging. And I was, you know, Bill gave me credit that I was able to, correct the backing maneuver. I wasn't able to get it, in one fell swoop starting out, but I was able to correct it, do my pull-ups, doing the get out and looks, and I wasn't I was better than half of the class.
That's awesome, man.
I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, that is to what is it? That is to that industry what the parallel parking was to our driving test.
Yeah,
Like that, like, oh shit, we got a parallel park. Fuck, like that. And it's like, so that is like its thing. That's the one of like the hardest viewed things, right? Is that.
yeah, and I got it. I got
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome. I just my thing is I can't imagine what that looks like. I
Okay.
like I'm having a hard time building the scenario
All right.
of what that is.
All right. I will try to explain it verbally. I know it probably won't stick, but just for the sake of this podcast and
Yes.
everybody watching, I will try to explain it. So, here's the alley, and you want your truck basically like right here, like 2.5 trailers up from where you are
Okay.
backing into, and you want it like as far up as possible to give yourself as much room as possible. And so in that position, you would see if I can get this right here. Turn your tractor to the left. I think that's what it is. And drive a little bit until your trailer is out this angle.
Okay.
And don't jackknife it. Don't get the trailer up to where it's like that. You want it at least like a 45-degree angle. Basically, you want to go until your landing gear is in your passenger side mirror. And then once you get to that point, that's when you turn the truck to the other direction, and then get to a point where the trailer is like, the tractor and trailer is like this now. If I know it's not making any sense, but then once you can see your trailer in your back, like by going like this, that's when you start to make little corrections to chase it into the alley.
Okay.
And once the ass end of the trailer is in the alley, that's when you determine whether you can make a straight line back. Hopefully, if you do it correctly, you can just make a straight line back with the tractor and trailer are straight. But if you can't, that's when you start to make pull-ups with the room that you have in front, if you do have it.
Wow.
And once the tractor trailer is straight, that's when you straight line back in.
Okay.
And it is perfectly acceptable to get out and look, or have a helper help you out with this. Or if you're at a truck stop, many veteran truckers, will offer to back it into a parking spot if they see that you're having a really bad time with us. A lot of old school is like, nope, you're not hitting my custom made Peter belt. I'll back it in for you.
We don't have time for this shit. Just give it to me.
Give it to me.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I love that though.
Yeah. It probably doesn't make any sense how I explained it, but I did the best I could.
No, man.
It's not, we were talking about this right before I hit record. Like, there's skills that you just don't know what they mean until you're actually doing them.
Okay, facts. I can see that 100%. But I think it's that maneuver that stops traffic the most.
It does. And many of the instructors warned us about the big cities, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Miami. You're going to have to stop traffic in order to do it back. So be prepared to get honked at. Just stay the fuck calm.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine, man. I can imagine how, like, that would just drive me the fuck crazy. It's like, dude, I'm trying to back up. Like,
yeah. But so the other part of that was the driving part. That was the easy part for me. But I mean, most of the driving was easy for me. The hard part was, and many of our non-American audience will appreciate this, your boy can double clutch now. A manual 10-speed manual transmission.
That's awesome, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, at least you left that class with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, granted, the companies I'm going with are all automatics. So, I mean, the reason that Tennessee Truck Driving School doesn't train on automatics anymore is because they had a lot of students that had to come back and get that manual restriction off of their license. So they figure the easiest way to be sure that you have zero restrictions on your CDL is to just train on manual from the get-go.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and other than that, it's driving a commercial vehicle. I did that for 6 years, driving a school bus, and a lot of that stuff came back to me. I mean, obviously, the difference is, that it's not a straight, just one solid vehicle. It's a tractor and a trailer. So
and there's a massive size difference, right?
There's
clearance
a massive
wise.
Size.
What would you say, like 20 feet bigger?
20 feet. Yeah, I think that's a good estimate. I don't know the exact numbers, but a tractor and a trailer typically about 53 feet or 63 feet, and a school bus is, I don't know, probably like 55 feet, something like that. Okay. I could be completely wrong about that. I just haven't thought about that. Plus, I'm drinking right now, so
man,
that also
that's
helps.
Awesome.
But yeah, you definitely have to swing a bit wider in a tractor trailer than you do a school bus. Basically, on a school bus, what they teach you is when you're in an intersection that you'll wait until the bus is about halfway, like the halfway mark is at the lined up with the curb, and then you make your turn. And with a tractor trailer, you need to go out a little further than that. And
So
basically,
your pivot point is closer to you.
yeah,
Your
it's closer
pivot
to you.
point's closer to the driver.
Yeah. What they taught me is like basically line up the when you're turning to line up your shoulder with like the middle dotted lines. And
Okay.
once that's lined up with that, that's when you make your turn.
All right, there you go. There's tips and tricks for it, man. Who
Yeah.
would have thought? It makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
But because I'm just like, sometimes I see these truckers in these tight spaces, I'm like, Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
or I'm like, I am not envious
Yeah.
at all.
No, you shouldn't be. Um there's many videos of truckers that are trying to make a turn, and there's a four-wheeler that is like right in their way. They won't move. They're not even like paying attention. I saw one recently where a trucker had to actually get out of his truck, knock on the window of a passenger car and be like, "Hey man, can you fucking move?" It was so stupid.
I love that. I
It's
love there's people in their own world just oblivious to everything around them.
Yeah, and they think that those trucks can make
It's
tight turns like that.
it's terrifying that they're on the road. Or like,
Yeah.
it's terrifying to me, and maybe it's different in the city, but out here, Optimus Prime always has the right of way.
Yeah.
Like it's a bigger truck. Like even I give it the right of way. I
Yeah.
can't
Thank
even
you.
win that battle.
Thank you for that. I
You
I
know?
greatly appreciate
Like,
that.
oh man. And it's just crazy to see these people cut off these trucks when they're driving on the interstate. I'm like, are you shitting me? There's no they can't stop on a dime. Like,
Right. You
like
need at least a
uh,
football field to stop one of those trucks at 55 mile an hour. So
that's crazy. I
yeah.
did one one of the videos I watched was that it's like how long that distance is and how
Yeah.
quickly you can close that gap, which is
Oh yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah. Basically, we have been instructed by all our instructors to just stay in the right-hand lane, and you're a turtle. You're crawling along. You're going to get to it when you're going to get to it. Don't try and be a hero.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Are there ever any incentives for beating the clock? Is that
You just
like can companies incentivize fast driving?
No.
Okay.
The DOT would not
Yeah, okay.
would come down on them really hard for
So
that.
it's not like Domino's. Like, hey, get it here in 45 minutes or less.
Or your
It's free.
pizza's free.
Or your
Yeah.
pizza's
Not
free. Not
like
like
that.
that. Got it.
Nah. There's rules and regulations for
Cool, man.
that. But also shout out to my road instructor Jeff, who's like this really punk rock kind of guy, and just I've offered a lot of advice about how to stay healthy on the road, how to not go insane on the road, and be sure you're getting your money's worth. Your checks are nice and fat. So
Yeah.
gave us a lot of advice on that. And he's vaping inside of the truck. So I'm like, hey man, this is awesome. I don't
Hey,
vape
man.
myself, but hey, that's pretty cool.
Hey, man. You know what I mean? Hey, why not? I like that your instructors are laid back.
Oh yeah.
It always takes the edge off the
Yeah.
lesson.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Oh, yeah.
with intense drivers. I was learning defensive military driving. And
Oh yeah.
I didn't have an instructor. I had a drill instructor, which is the worst. It's best and worst kind of instructor. So we were doing like our little road courses, and everything was just chill. Everything was just chill. And then all of a sudden, he just starts screaming at the top of his lungs when we're trying to pass. And it's just one of those things.
Damn.
One of those things. No, not like screaming at someone, just making a noise, just being
Yeah.
fucking annoying. And so it was, it's good to have chill instructors for
Oh,
sure.
100%. I definitely learned better with them being laid back like that.
Yeah.
Like, especially because I just wasn't getting the 90-degree backing, and I wasn't getting the the double clutching at first, but I definitely learned as I went along. And shout out to them, great
That's
instructors.
awesome.
They
That's awesome, man.
And on Friday, I had my test, which was with the original week 1 instructor, David, who was training in my week
Mhm.
1. And he's like one of those guys, that he does like Dungeons and Dragons and probably did theater in high school, things like that. But he's very a comic book nerdy like that. But
Love that.
he was the guy giving me my test, my
Cool.
pre-trip, my backing maneuvers, and my road test. And
Nice.
and and
You got
I
it.
got I got it. I got
Fucking
to
awesome, dude.
we got back to the yard after it was all said and done. He just took a pause and looked at me and said, "Pull the horn. You did it."
Yes. That's
And
awesome.
and I kind of faked out my other students that were, we were all looking to see if we all got it, and I kind of faked them out a little bit to try and make it seem like I didn't pass. I was like I did it. Woo!
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, massive congratulations. Big life step right there for you, brother.
Thanks,
That's
bro.
awesome,
I
man.
really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to it. My
What's the next step?
yeah,
I
I was
know
about
that.
about to get
We
in that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
it.
So the next step is I'm gonna get a call from the head person that's been working with me with my company, and I guess hiring manager, maybe something like that, recruiter. Get a call from her either Monday or Tuesday, and I will arrange my travel from where I am in North Carolina to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it'll probably be like a Greyhound bus or something like that. And after that, my orientation starts Monday, June 16th. It's about 3 or 4 days. They'll go through all the company stuff. They'll retest just to be sure that I've got all the skills I need and paperwork and all that. And after those 3 or 4 days, I will hop on a truck with whoever my co-driver is and my trainer, who also be 3 people in the truck for 4 to 6 weeks. And I'll have to tick a few boxes, do certain types of maneuvers and then after all that, that's when I'm gonna finally get my truck and my partner's truck, and we'll start making the big
So
bucks.
for 4 to 6 weeks of shadowing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. I was wondering if like there was a shadowing program. I was like, there has to be. There has
Yeah.
to be a shadowing program. You guys are freaking stood pretty much driving wrecking balls or trains.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Big missiles.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. But that's cool, man. So 4 to 6 weeks, and then what about your schedule coming home?
So what I've been told is that the schedule will basically look like 12 days on and 2 days off. And the
Wow.
regulations of driving and in the United States, it's in a day you cannot drive more than 11 hours in a 14-hour window. And after that is done, you need to reset for 10 hours before you start again. And you also need to take a 30-minute break in sometime between the first and 8 hours, like before your 8th hour of working. That's
And that's
federally
all.
mandated.
That's all what tracked by log. Is that the thing that they check at all
Yeah,
the way stations?
not on the way stations.
Just
But
anyone?
yeah, the electronic logs
Okay,
check that, and that's how everything's going to be checked. Your hours worked, your where you're going, things like that.
cool.
That's going to be checked. And you also cannot work. Hopefully, I'm getting these numbers right, but I think it's 60 hours in a 7-day window and 70 hours in an 8-day window. And
Okay.
if you get to that point, you have to take a 34-hour reset, and it depends on just where you are.
Wow.
That could be a good thing. I mean, that could open up a lot of travel opportunities. Like if
Yeah.
I'm in a city and I get all my chores done, and yet there could
There you
be
go.
more a new series on SJ's World.
There you go. Oh man, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's regulations built in. You know,
Yeah.
I figure there were. I just, that's when you're not of that world. You know what I mean? Like you just don't know. You don't know.
Right. And I'm glad that I can help explain that to you and to
Yes.
everybody who's watching too.
Yeah, man. Well,
Yeah.
that's freaking awesome, man. On to the next step, bro. That's great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think this will fit me real well. Like that's just the type of person I am. I want to see the country and I also want to be left the hell alone.
Yeah. And I'm like, I think you're gonna thrive in this, man.
I sure hope so.
I think so, man. I think so. So do you have to unload your own cargo?
Depends. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. If it's just a drop and hook situation, then just drop off, you unhook it, you go on to your next load, and then you go to the load, hook that, and go.
Okay.
But I think there are a couple times where you do have to help unload.
Oh my
but
god. Oh man. Like what?
it's
Like
what
what?
it
Like with
is.
like forklift? Like with a
Not
forklift? Is that a whole
well,
different
not with a
certification?
right. You need to be certified for a forklift, even though
Yeah.
that's not always the case. You probably
Oh,
know that firsthand,
very
but
true. Very true.
Um, just you got to be sure that the load is not shifted from one side to the other. It's as close to the center of the trailer as you can get it. So that way, the truck doesn't take a nap when you take a curve way
Got it.
too fast, which you
Got it.
shouldn't be doing that anyway. But,
Things happen.
There's a reason that the YouTube channel Bonehead Truckers is still alive and well because of the dumb stuff that
Oh, man.
newbie truckers do. Like
Yeah.
certain companies like Werner, Western Express, and Swift are always on there, giving plenty of content for that
Love that.
channel.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love
And
those guys.
and there's a couple of acronyms for Swift. One is Sure Wish I Finished Training. And also there's Stevie Wonder Institute for Trucking. And
Love that.
and Swing Wide, It's a Frickin' Trailer.
All valid. All valid. All valid. All valid acronyms.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that, dude. But
Yeah.
no,
That's
man,
why-
it's good.
Yeah, that's why that nobody parks next to him at the truck stops.
Give them two or
Yeah.
three spaces, a buffer
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah,
Love
give
that.
him 2 spaces. Yeah.
Love that, dude.
Holy shit, we
Man.
could talk about 40 minutes because of that, man. I haven't let you get a word in edgewise. What do you got?
Man, dude. There's nothing that, dude. Listen, man. I've been absorbing the new job. That's what I've been doing. Just trying to get this work-life balance on. What happens is I have to get the work-life balance on track and balanced before I think about any sort of content.
Yeah, that's your priority right now.
Yeah, content eventually, but I'm not stressed anymore about it. So.
Yeah, we shouldn't be stressed about it. Like
No.
we stressed about it, and that's what happened because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man. No. It feels honestly, it feels nice. Taking the power away from YouTube feels very nice.
Oh yeah.
When you set your own schedule, make your own decisions, and you don't have to like hone in on the algorithm, which is a beautiful thing.
Right.
But getting this work life balance is still eluding me, just because. Let's say, look, I leave the house around 5:45 in the morning, and I get home, let's say around 5-ish, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a lot better than what I was working, but
Yeah.
I come home and I gotta be on, right? I just gotta be on. I gotta go full dad mode.
Yeah.
And then that only gives me, my son and my wife go to bed around 8:30. Right. So it's just like I only have a very short time to be present, and so remembering what it was before this job is pretty crazy. It's kind of messing with me. Like, wow, I had all this time.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Not the case. The weekends, my projects, my to-do lists, like if you think about it, like, yeah, at least I get weekends off. Like, man, but throughout the
those
week, I push the to-do list onto the weekends because,
right. Because when
you
you get
know,
home, you're already on, and when
yeah,
you don't have to be on anymore, uh, you're tired.
yeah, yeah. And so the weekends become the chore, the to-do list.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's just the 9 to 5 life, figuring that out. And so yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm residing. Work's going well. Love where I work.
Yeah, yeah.
Love the industry. It's not alien to me. Absolutely understand it. Um, but other than that, man, no, it's just the balance, just the
Yeah.
timing of everything. You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
I'm really happy that, you've kind of settled in a bit. I know that's what you've
yeah,
been working for. I mean, I know it's not your ideal situation, but for what your needs are right now,
e-
I'm really happy for you, man.
exactly. I needed to find a place to land and not swing hammers and not work the graveyard shift. So
Yeah, yeah.
this could be huge.
Yeah, I worked the graveyard shift before when during the Harris Teeter days, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's
nothing good comes out of it.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing good comes out of it.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Nope. I will stand on that. I will stand on that, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Other than that, dude, just big things happening. And when I say big things, just like life, attaining those life goals,
Right, right.
making
Yeah.
those life moves. Channel wise, man, dude, I'll just say this: I'm still gonna be doing interviews on my channel, and I still will have sporadic music reactions. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Yeah, like just whatever the reactions you do, and like that's what more do you want the people
no,
want from you? Like
no,
like
man.
you did the damn thing with the
Yeah,
music reaction thing. Like what
listen,
more
I
could you
will
do?
I will say this. My confidence in YouTube was shaken on
Yeah,
Aries
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Nation after we got deleted. When we got to now it now wasn't deleted. The whole channel was privated. It still
Privated, yeah.
existed. It wasn't deleted. It was still there. But what that did is it killed it pretty much slit my channel's throat
Yeah.
on all videos. And it wasn't until we were trying to pull the concerts over to this channel that I kind
Yeah.
of didn't know the extent of what was still going on.
Yeah, that's just
And
oh, I'm so mad
and
about that.
so yeah, man, those videos of the classic rock reactions that we used to do, that I used to get comments on all the time, those are dead. Those are dead in the water. And so it's just interesting being on this side of things, and then also being on this side of things and not caring.
Yeah, like you're
Like,
not bothered about it. Like it's not you're not losing sleep over it.
no, not at all. I sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely crazy. But like, just seeing how something so it could easily happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Granted, yes, it happened to me, and it's like kind of ish funny. I'm the one that hates technology, and I keep proving Spencer why it hates me with shit that doesn't happen to anyone happens to me. Um,
Mm.
but um, but yeah, man, no, it's funny because I feel like if that happened 2 years ago, I would have been crushed. But it happened when it happened, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
this is how it goes. I feel like we have put in a lot of time on YouTube and on the behind the scenes of YouTube to see what it takes, how it takes. We're not masters. I wouldn't say we're masters by any means, but at the same time, we know the layout. I'm very familiar with that battleground.
Right,
So
right. You've been there, you've done that, you gotten a
yeah,
t-shirt from it, and if you had the time and the patience for it, you could do it again.
exactly, man. So yeah, man. Right now, I'm really pushing towards the interview side of things with the different content creators,
I
and
love your interviews, dude.
and
You are a great interviewer.
thanks.
You had
It's
great guests
not even an
on.
interviewer. I just listen. I let the people talk because it's just really boring to hear. Honestly, it's really boring to hear an interview. I
Yeah,
I do
uh,
not listen to interviews. I hate them.
yeah, and I think that's a sign of a great interviewer, as they let the guests talk, they let them, they facilitate a a conversation of the guest. Like they don't try to trample over them with their own agenda or just trying
Yeah.
to fill an agenda of a network or just trying to get some viral clips out of it. They let the
Yeah.
conversation happen naturally.
Exactly, dude. And that's how the naturally part of it just leads to the craziest shit, the funnest shit, the best stuff. Stuff that isn't like, so what was your favorite bands growing up? What's your favorite
Right.
color? Like, get out of here. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
seriously.
Like, I can't tell you how much I hate those interviews. But no, man. Yeah, those will continue to go on. That to me is 100% my passion. So
Yeah.
I'm still pushing forward with that. I think up next on my channel, we will have the fellows over at From Riker Road on the channel.
Nice.
At the end of the month. So I don't know when that'll drop, but that's the word going around right now.
There you
It's
go.
hard. It's really hard because my main thing is I want to reach out to different content creators, different people on this side of YouTube, right? And just to see how they live their life and how they cope with the mental strain and the burnout. How do they keep the burnout at bay? What are their coping options, or coping measures? How do they handle it? How do they
Yeah.
handle it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just the timing, the scheduling.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part. That's
Trying to get
why
everything.
YouTube is perfect. Because it's like you do this, right? And it fits in your schedule.
Right.
But to get an interview or a talk with one of them, it's absolutely crazy. It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But in fact, pulling teeth is a lot easier than
Yeah.
trying to nail down an interview, or interview dates or slots. So that's a
Right.
tough one.
Right.
But
Yeah, just
yeah,
trying
man.
to because everybody's busy, everybody has their own thing going on, and
Yep.
just trying to align schedules is
Yep.
is
I
is
mean,
half of the battle.
dude, summer's coming. And if
Right.
last summer, oh my god, dude, I don't know what the summer's gonna look like, man. This summer's gonna
Yeah.
be nuts. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what's gonna happen. Because I know we have Alexander in summer school or a summer camp type deal, right?
Okay.
Which will alleviate, which will allow Holly to work more, and I'm just pretty much a non-factor until I get home,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic, how it's going to happen, how we're going to make it work. It's like this is a whole new game plan right now. We're
Yeah.
uncharted territory right now, so it's going to
Right.
be
Right.
interesting to see, how we adapt, overcome some obstacles, at least with the more free time for Alexander. So
Yeah. I don't envy you at all. Just trying to have that balance of making sure your kid is fine during the summer and keeping him entertained, keeping
yeah,
him while life still goes on as an adult.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy, man. So just figuring out the balance, figuring out a game plan, figuring out schedules. I think that's the biggest thing, and that's probably honestly that's pretty much my biggest weakness:
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm more of a it happens when it happens,
Right.
like just because every time I put something on paper, every time I nail something, like I make it, this is concrete. Well, guess what? It never works.
Something happens.
Something happens, man. Something out of left field,
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So it's going to be a learning experience. Shout out to all the parents that did it for all those years, that have
Yeah.
made it through that.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I am listening to you, by the way. My
Huh.
my light went out and I'm having to get my phone as a light here. So I promise you I'm listening.
No worries, man. You're just trying to see in the dark. It's all
Yeah,
right, man.
exactly. There we go.
Hey, there you go. Right
There's
there.
something like that. There we go.
Okay,
There we
awesome.
go. We're
Awesome,
back.
dude.
Yeah, it goes
Oh,
back
man.
to what you were saying. Like when you think something's gonna happen, it just goes to shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. We always have to plan. Always have to plan
Yeah.
for random shit, man.
Yeah.
You know?
When I go to make shorts for this, I just hope that when you're saying all that that the generator just has you on there, doesn't have me just flailing for my life.
just in the darkness. Just cover your face with that dog that has everything around it on fire. It's like everything's fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine. That's pretty
Oh,
much
man.
life, man. But no, man, that's just kind of everything that's happening over on my side of the footprint. And it's pretty crazy. Like, you step back and for those listening, I always tell Spencer this is pretty insane. The type of content that we have within our footprint.
Oh yeah, there's like a big hodgepodge of stuff and big eclecticness to our footprint.
And that's kind of what you guys saw a little bit of. Like, this last little chunk. If you're like, hey, why did Embrace the Suck kind of get sort of schizophrenic? Well, it's because we have a lot of channels that we're pulling from.
Right, exactly. And what I said earlier is, dude, like, a lot of this content isn't making any money just sitting on a hard drive. So
and a lot of it because of, like, let me just get on my tiny little soapbox here. Because notifications don't work properly anymore. Notifications are a false god. F that. So I'm just like, look, they're not getting out. Spence asked me, like, hey, listen, why don't we put some of the concerts I did over on Aries in the Nation with a lot of these symphonic metal bands that I checked out, and a lot of people requested me to check out these concerts. Let's put them over on ETS because they didn't get the eyes they needed to. It's like, because they didn't get out to everyone.
Right. And they had a second life, basically.
Yeah, and that's all that we wanted. And also with the Rec Nation stuff that you guys saw like the SAS stuff. That's why we pulled it over. Because YouTube kneecapped that. And so, it's just trying to get the content that we do make on all these other channels out to more people.
Yeah, at least give them a fighting chance.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah. So that's why this snapshot, this quarter snapshot of ETS21 is like kind of reminiscent of the original what the fuck days of ETS21 with all these different types of content.
Yeah, just the times where we were just throwing stuff at the wall and just seeing what would work.
Straight up shotgun approach. It's good spread. We got lots of different categories.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like that. Like, it's been fun to see, like, who comes out for it.
Yeah.
What happens to it? What pops up? What doesn't pop off? And it's fun to see.
It's still fun to see for sure, man. For sure, dude.
Even though, like, between like the shorts and the other long form stuff, between that and a few other recycled ETG stuff, we're basically are going to be out of long form content around like June 22nd or June 23rd, and we'll be out of shorts about mid-August.
Yep. It's all right, man. It's all right.
Exactly. So right now, what I'm trying to set up right now, I was going to do this on my phone, but I'm using it as a light. Yeah, I'm going to see. What I wanted to do was kind of quiz you on some of our analytics that we've of our videos, like
some of our milestones.
Yeah. Let's
see how well I know us.
Yeah, because this is stuff that I look at every now and again, if I can. Come on, you know what? Let me just see about.
Spence is about to go into the darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the dark right here.
My God.
It also doesn't help that my original webcam, like, I accidentally stepped on it and I broke it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was horrible, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
So I'm just using the webcam that's on my laptop right now.
It's still pretty solid, bro.
You think so?
It's still not shit.
Yeah. Let me see if I can actually.
It's still not shit. Like, my laptop camera right here is garbage. I would look more like Sasquatch. Be blurry as shit.
So I kind of got this. We'll see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get to this quiz. I'm gonna try and get it in as soon as we can here.
All right, here we go.
So I'm gonna start with most viewed videos here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go the top 5.
Okay.
What number 5 at 721,000 views? Take a guess as to what it could be.
Oh, Al Murray. Has been Al Murray one.
All right. So I'll do like the top 5, and yes, that is in the top 5. That is at number 2 at 972,000.6
Wow.
views right now.
Damn.
So that's in our top 5. At number 2.
Solid. All right. Number 1 is obviously the football one.
Yes. Now I understand the beauty of football. That's at 1.5 million views.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Number 3 for me I would have to say some sort of motor vehicle one.
Okay. There is one that's in our top 5, and it takes place around this time of the year. So
oh wow, the TT.
Yeah, the TT. That's number 3 at 916,000.7 views.
Wow. Okay. What am I batting? I got 2 more.
Yeah, you got 2 more here. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez, bro.
And I'll give you credit if it's in the top 10 too.
What about Challenging Wank?
Challenging Wank is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is number 8 at 656,000.3 thousand views.
I don't know, man. Hold on. Is it Dibna? Did Dibna crack the top 5?
Let's see. 8, 9, 10. The Fred Dibna one, the first one we did, that's at number 11 at 6,209.6 thousand views.
Wow. Then I can't. Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. That is at number 5 at 721,000 views.
That was a good one, man.
It was. There's one more in the top 5. What do you think?
Is it sporting? Oh, is it the fans? The football fan chants?
The football fan chants, the first one we did, that is at number 6 at 688,000 views.
What about Blackadder?
Blackadder,
no.
12, 13, 14. That's not even in the top 15.
Not even in. Damn. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so I'll give you this one. It's number 4 is Miriam Margolyes on Graham Norton. That compilation. That's at 723,000.9 views.
Wow.
So the rest of the top 10, it is number 7 at Peter K. Misheard Lyrics at 600 and 700, 600, 6. You
good? You're good? Hold on. All right, 600. Oh God.
673.2K views. And number 9 is Formula One radios, 655.9 thousand views. And then number 10 is our second football compilation, the Who is Jimmy Savile one, at 634,000.4 views.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, so I didn't do that terrible on the top 5. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, you got 4 out of 5. It's not too bad.
No.
So I'm going to trip you up a little bit on these next ones. I'm going to go to watch time, like the amount of hours that we have that a video has, what the most ones are.
Okay.
So of the top 5 of our lifetime one, 2 of them are the same top 5 as the amount of views. So that's your cheat code for that.
Oh, okay. That's the football, the beauty of football one.
Yeah, beauty of football. Yeah. That's at number 4.
And with Gervais.
Not Gervais. Not Gervais. That's that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's number 7 in terms of watch hours.
Whoa.
The The football one is at number 4 with 172.8 thousand views. Not views, hours.
Hours. I want to say let's do the Victoria Cross.
Victoria Cross, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is number 10 in terms of watch
Dang.
hours at 111.5 thousand watch hours.
Man, that was a good one. I'm trying to think of like, is it long form content or is it short?
Yeah, it's long form
okay,
content.
so okay, I got it. Is it a Sean Locke compilation?
The 8 out of 10 Catch This Countdown compilation is number 11 at
Oh my god.
110.2k views. Watch hours, sorry.
Is it a Dibna?
Let's see. Dibna. Dibna's not even in the top 15 of watch hours.
What about shit?
Just tell me the truth about some of these things. That's a hint.
Oh, would I lie to you?
Yeah.
Which one?
There are 2 in the top 5. Do you want me to tell you which?
The Mac and the Mac.
Three
Mac
of them in the top 5. Yeah.
That one.
Is it the Mac? Well, the number 1 is Lee Mac, the Mac Speed one at 457,000 watch hours.
Wow.
That's
insane.
But there's 2 more Would I Lie to Yous in the top 5 of watch hours.
Yeah, let me know.
You want to know? You don't want to guess?
Yeah, I'm just okay. Is it?
These were
It's
all
a best of, right?
They were all best ofs, and they were like subscriber or Boxing Day specials.
Oh man. Okay. I'm drawing a blank, dude.
All right, I'll give it to you. Number 3 is Bob Mortimer on What I Lied to You Part 1 at 222.3 thousand hours. And number 5 was the first David Mitchell compilation of Mitchellian rants.
Man.
At 125.7 thousand watch hours.
Wow.
Now
that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, man. So I'll do 2 more quizzes about these, and the next will be how many subscribers we gained from each of them, and I'll give you the top 5 ones. And these have all been answers in the previous 2. So that's your hint.
Okay, football. Beauty of football.
Yeah, Beauty of Football. That's number 1 at 7.5 thousand subscribers gained.
Damn. Let's go with Would I Lie to You? The Bob Mortimer.
That one is number 8 with 1.8k thousand subscribers gained.
What about Misheard Lyrics? Peter K.
That's number 5 at 2.3k subs gained.
What about the motorsports one?
The TT, that is number 9 at 1.6k.
Okay. Are there any outliers? Or they've all been answers?
They've all been answers, but number 6 is one that will shock you.
Is it the Dimash one?
Not Dimash. Not Dimash.
Let me see. Oh man, is it? I'm drawing a blank. I already said Bob Mortimer, or is that? Are you combining the Would I Lie to Yous together? Like
no, not good. No, I'm not. I'm just doing individual videos.
Okay,
that's what it says on the analytics here.
So then, how many of these are Would I Lie to Yous?
In terms of the top 5, there's no Would I Lie to You in terms of subscribers gained.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. They've been answers. I'm 100% drawing a blank, dude. I'm trying to think. Is it? Oh, man, I want to say a comedian. It has to be a comedian one.
One of them is the one you haven't answered yet. One of them is a comedian. One of them is an actress.
Margulies? Is that the one?
Yeah. Mary Margulies on Graham Norton. That is number 3 at 2.4 thousand subs gained.
What about the pub landlord, the OG himself?
Al Murray, Al Murray versus Americans. That's 3.1 K subs gained, and there's one more that's in the top 5, and then I'm looking for number 6, and that's the one's going to shock you. Number 4 won't shock you, but number 6 will.
Is it the football chance one?
Yes, it was the second football chance one at 2.3K, the Jimmy Savile one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
All right, so that's them.
Yeah, but one more. Give me number 6.
Because
you're gonna be absolutely shit your pants when you figure out which one it is.
Oh, fucking!
Look around the room, like just think about that.
Is it an Oasis reaction?
No, it's not Oasis. It's not Oasis. They're not even in the top 15.
Yeah. Is it? I don't fucking know.
The hint is right behind you, bro.
What?
You're not getting it.
No, it's going over my head. The hint is right behind me.
It's over your head. It's over your head.
The gun?
Person, yes. The person of this video literally likes guns.
The fat electrician?
Yes, the fat electrician.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yes, the proportional one. It's gained us 2.3K subs.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm glad to know they're there.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly. That's why our US analytics were like at 10% for like all of 2024.
That's crazy. I would never have guessed. I was like, is it a band? You're behind. Is it like Sting? Is it some creep like that? I was like, what do you mean it's behind me?
Yeah.
Got it. It took me way too long. Sorry. I apologize.
You're good. You're okay, man. You're okay. All right. No, so here's the last quiz, and then we'll end things.
Okay.
This is the most amount of revenue that a video has generated for us. And give me a top 5. What do you think?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't even remember.
Right,
I'm trying to think. Like cumulative or in a month? Like
cumulative. I'm going off the lifetime of the channel.
Okay. Trying to think back, man. Think back because it's back for sure. Obviously, the older ones.
Yeah. Think about longer content. That's my only hint.
Is it the football chance one? Has to be, or maybe not. Maybe not because
the second one is at number 6.
Wow.
The Jimmy Savile one that has made us $2,477.08.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Racing. I always want to go to racing. Why is it racing like not in more top 10s? Top 5s. Sorry, top 5s.
That is weird, but it is on the list. It's not on the top 5 though. It's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The TT one has made us $2,063.88.
Win. That's great. Over its lifetime, right?
So. Yeah, over the lifetime.
All right, we've been alive 4 years, so.
Yeah, and the top 5, they've all been answers in other lists.
Oh Jesus. Couldn't imagine. Al Murray. Yeah.
Al Murray is number 14.
What?
That's made us $1,576.33.
That's crazy. I couldn't tell you. I'm just trying to think. All this shit that we've done is I'm trying to think of copyrighted.
Yeah,
you know,
that's another thing.
I couldn't tell you, man. I'm just Peter K. I mean, his
Peter K is completely copyrighted.
Yeah.
We haven't made a dime off of that.
Ricky Gervais Golden Globe.
That's number 3.
Okay.
The Golden Globes 2020 that made us $2,584.46.
Wow. And that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it might have been like 2021, dude.
Wow. Okay.
So you've gotten 1 out of 5.
Fat Electrician video.
No, that's not even in the top 15.
Any of your? Oh no, I'm trying to think. Is it any original content?
No, it's no original content.
Damn.
They're all reactions here, but again, think longer videos.
Is it a documentary? Is that the murder, like the 18-wheeler murder one?
No, it's not been that, and it's not even in the top 15.
Is it the Senna?
No, that's not even copyrighted. It's been things that have been answers in some of these lists here. Some of them were actually top 5s in other lists too.
Huh. I couldn't. Dude, the amount of content that I'm going through in my head is not healthy. That we've done. Like just brushing off the files.
Yeah, just stay in the ballpark of what you've already gone through with these lists.
All right. Is it? Oh man. We already said the art of football, right? We already said that, right?
Yeah, Beauty of Football.
Okay. Beauty of Football.
That is number 9.
Number 9. Okay.
$2,311.57.
We said Ricky Gervais. We said what? Mary Margulies, right?
Yeah, that's actually number 1.
Wow.
That's the Mary Margulies one has made us $4,969.24.
Damn. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you've got 2 of them so far.
Dibna
is number 5. So you got 3 of them.
Finally, so Dibna coming through, but that's cool.
Yeah. Dibna made us the first one made us $2,465.50.
That's crazy. Okay.
So you got 3 of them. Give me 2 more.
I couldn't imagine. I'm just blanking, dude. I'm blanking. It's the Stereophonics concert. I know it is.
No.
It's Stereophonics for sure. Oh God. It's stuff that we've already said, and it's just like we've said so much, and it's not Fat Electrician. Is it any of the Will I Lie to Yous?
Yes.
The Bob Mortimer ones?
Both of them. The Bob Mortimer one is number 2 at the first Bob Mortimer one as number 2 at $3,744.66.
Wow.
And there's another Would I Lie to You? It's at number 4.
Is it the Lee Mack?
Yes, it's the Lee Mack one. It is $2,523.54.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
No, we made that much. No, that's cool, man. Who would have known? Who would have known?
Yeah,
cool, man.
It's funny to see what the analytics do. It's just something I look at every now and again.
Now, something that the analytics doesn't put up, and which I'm very upset about, is how many views have we had overall? Yeah, I know that's on our channel page.
Yeah, we can just look at that on the channel page right now. Embrace the Suck 21. I'm gonna look that up because I know it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. We've had 72,168,453 views.
Crazy.
72 million.
It's nuts. Remember our first 2,000 views?
Yeah.
It was like was it Love Bite? No, it was who were they?
Deer and Gray.
Holy wild ride was that. That was nuts. But yeah, that was our first video that popped off.
Yeah. And then Oasis came along and that blew that right out the water.
Blew it right out the water. But yeah, my God, man. What a journey. What a journey it's been.
Yeah. And I looked and saw how many videos that we've had that are over 100,000, and it's in the ballpark of like 135.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, man. Listen, man. Look, we've checked out a lot of shit. The thing is, we have like 1.4K videos.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I look at other channels that don't have nearly like that many videos. Like we put in tons of content early on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons of content.
As of right now, it stands at 1.8K views. 1K videos. Sorry.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's so many videos, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
multiple shots on goal.
How many years is that? If you watch a video a day?
Well, let me see if I can look up the lifetime watch hours.
Oh my god, no, that's galactical numbers, dude. That's an astronomical number right there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look it up, and we're gonna do some math here before we sign off. We said we're gonna sign off after that quiz, but that's not how we operate.
Yeah, now we're looking at the real numbers here.
Yeah,
real numbers.
We've had 11,343,231.3 watch hours
divided by 24.
Yeah, let me see. 11 343 231.3, divide that by 24. That's 472,634 days. And
so divide that by what, 365?
Days.
And then that gives you years.
I give it month. Let's do months here. That's how many months that is. I divide that by 12. That is 39,386.21 months, and I'll divide that by I guess my math might be off here.
I was like, what? No, so okay. you got the 24-hour number, right?
Yeah, I got the 24-hour number. Yeah, I'll go back to that.
Yeah, then divide that by 365.
Divide that by 365. Okay. That's 1,294.889
years.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how many times we've been viewed.
That's nuts. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What a sword unit can spawn.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's insane, man. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I can take my laptop with me in the truck, so I can once I get on those resets, I'll probably be able to whip it out and say, "Hey, man, let's record a podcast."
Yeah, man. Like my thing is, look, as long as you get free and clear of the shadowing, you know what I mean? Because you got to be hyper focused. You know, I know you got to be. After that, I think the schedule just opens up. You know, when you can, we should for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like I told people on SJ's World, like, don't be asking for videos, man. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get them. Like this week, I'm back home, as you can see by the well, so you really can't see it, but yeah. I'm gonna be working on a couple video ideas, and just so my people over there have something to chew on. Like I'm working on a video talk about my school bus days, and then also my DoorDash time, and I'm not sure what else I'll do over there. I'm not gonna do another food eating challenge because those are expensive, and
they end up killing you.
They end up killing you. So no more than once a month for that.
Yeah. Well, no, man, that's good to hear. You know, and yeah, guys, if you guys are still with us, make sure you check out all the links.
Yes,
we literally put all of them.
They'll all be down in the description. They'll be at the end of the end card. So check them out. Let's continue this journey.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's never ogre.
It's never ogre. Remember that.
Wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose, embrace the suck,
unplug, and don't be foolish out there, guys.
Exactly. We love y'all. Thanks for changing our lives, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Later.